creating raving fans. So hopefully you guys are going to take a couple things away. At the end of this, we have a tool that we're going to give you guys that we use in all our businesses that really helps our coaches, and kind of show you how we do goals meetings, and just kind of lay out the blueprint and walk you through that. So what do we know about client service? So we're going to go over client service overview today, client service and your retention rate, and then how to create raving fans with your service. Why client service? Client service, first and foremost, is emotional. And I often say good coaches coach, great coaches inspire. And that's critical. When you are yourself as an owner, chances are you're a very inspirational person. That's why people come and follow you. The key is finding other coaches that are not only good coaches, but they also can inspire their clients to make positive changes. The service side starts as soon as they make the purchase. So as soon as they hand you their credit card or they write a check, it's the exchange of money. The time where they go from prospect to now a member is when the service side begins. We charge a premium for our services, so therefore we have to be a world-class company on the service side. So companies that are cheap, global gyms, they can get away with not having great service because of the price point. For us, we would rather charge a higher price but offer a service that is 10 times the return. The other side is we deliver results faster. So that is our proven plan. And what I want you guys to think about is when you sit down and do an intro and you're just about to close that sale, we talked about this last week, you should share with them your proven process. So for us at Factory Forge, our clients have a 180-day proven process. What that means is when somebody comes into one of our gyms and they have a goal, we have a proven process that's going to take them from prospect to member, and in 6 months should have them reaching their goal. And that's a selling point, is we actually have a process to fix their point. And then the other side of the service is we want to extend that timeline. We want to keep people happy and around for a long period of time. And that really is that engagement side. So we want to help them reach their goals, and we're definitely not going to slow that. But once they've reached their goals, what's going to keep them around? And those are those engagement tools. Without consistent engagement and interaction outside of class, people just kind of lose interest. So there's little things like our Facebook community page where we constantly keep the chatter happening. Emails and things outside of the classroom. So. And we got this from Matt Sharp and Sweat Angels. I don't know if they're on today or not, but they're definitely good friends of ours. If you guys aren't using Sweat Angels, awesome tool. The way it works is when your members check in at your gym, your company will make a donation to Sweat Angels, and each month it goes to a certain nonprofit. This month it's going to dogs that need to be rescued. And so what it does is our clients feel great about checking in, but they're also giving us huge marketing. The best type of marketing is one where our clients are doing the marketing for us. And so if we have raving fans and they are constantly talking about us, it's the best marketing we could ever ask for. So Sweat Angels is an awesome tool to do that. And so Matt has a really cool client lifetime value calculator. One of our clients at Factory Forge is worth about $4,000. And so if you think about that, when you do an intro, acquire a client, if you're acquiring them and it costs you even $10 or $100 to acquire that client, look at the ROI on that. It's huge. It's a huge upside. So that is the overview of service. Before we move forward, is there any questions? And Chad, I'll hop into your ROI. You didn't see the ROI of it. What you need to look at is, and I talked about this on part 1, is marketing is the act of making sure people know you exist and what you stand for. So try not to think of marketing and things like Sweat Angels as instant things where people are going to sign up right away. First and foremost, they need to know that you exist in the market. Second part of that is the best type of marketing is when your clients are talking about your product. You're not running advertisements. You're not even running blogs. And we are still doing that stuff. But if we can give our members a reason to do that, that is the most powerful type of engagement with prospects. And what better testimonial than having their friends constantly see them checking in, like, hey, they're constantly checking in at this gym. Something's got to stand out to them. So Sweat Angels it's a good cause. It's great for your business in the sense that you're giving back to a nonprofit. But on the other side of it, it's a great tool to build your brand up. So it's hard to just say, well, because we're in Sweat Angels, it's going to turn around and we're going to get this instant ROI. It's this long-term investment. And the basic concept of Sweat Angels is simple. Like if you have your clients check in, we average about 500 check-ins. For every check-in, we're paying a certain amount of money to Sweat Angels. That money is then donated to the nonprofit, and it basically it's really powerful Facebook advertising for our brand and our gyms, and our members want to do it. They want to be a part of that. So not trying to pump Sweat Angels tires. We don't have a deal with them by any means. I'm just really happy with their service and what it does for our business. So, all right, let's move on. Service versus retention. And first and foremost, servicing our clients should increase our retention. So do your clients have a designated coach? So for us at our gym, we have 8 coaches. Of those 8 coaches, 5 of them are full-time, and then we have 3 of them that are part-time coaches. We have 380 members right now, and all of our athletes have a specific coach that they go to. So if they have a problem with billing, we use Zen Planner. So if they have a problem or an issue, like they can't get checked in, they want to do a goals meeting, they want to do a private session, they have one specific coach that takes care of them. And as your gym grows, and it will, there's a certain point where one person can't handle too many people. So what we do is all of our coaches are capped at 80 people. They have 80 people that they have to take care of and be in charge of. And they're in charge of servicing them and retaining them and ensuring that they reach their goals. And by doing so, we can ensure that all our clients get even and the right amount of attention and nobody's being neglected. So if you have full-time coaches, strongly consider breaking your membership down into specific rosters. It's no different than, say, the NFL. Like you have the head coach, which might be you, it's the general manager, but then you're going to have your offensive coach, you're going to have your defensive coach, your special teams coach. Same thing in the gym. We have 5 coaches that have rosters, and then we have our general manager that oversees the coaches. What actions are taken to coach your athletes outside of class? So coaching does not stop, and it does not start in the classroom. It's constantly happening. So our coaches are constantly engaging with our clients. They're sending out, they have to average 15 to 16 attaboys per week. Excuse me, not per week, per month. And as a company, we're trying to send out roughly 60 attaboys per month. And what that is just saying, hey, good job in class, congrats on your PR. Or it might be saying, hey, thanks for sticking around and helping clean the gym the other night. So just that constant interaction with them. Other things like I noted before, they might be PT sessions. They might be goals meetings. They might be a body fat test being done, nutrition goals meetings. So it's all these different interactions that keep our clients engaged and working towards a goal. I think the stats somewhere around like 90% of your clients, if they don't have a specific goal of why they come to the gym, are probably going to be gone in the next 3 to 4 months. So goals meetings are very, very critical. We had a downswing in our membership where we lost some members, and the first thing we did was we sat down with all of our clients and reestablished goals. So we did goals meetings with all of our clients, and they're very, very critical. Keeping people focused, right? We all need accountability. That's one of the biggest things that we hear from owners, just like yourself, is they come to us and they say, I have a pretty good handle on things, and I definitely could use more tools, but really what I want from you guys is I need somebody to help me stay accountable and stay focused on my goals. Accountability is critical. And then, one of the things that we talk about constantly in staff meetings is a retention of each month. Our goal is that we want to retain around 65 to 75% of our clients. We know that once somebody's been with us for about 2 years, that's kind of the sweet spot. Hopefully they've reached all their goals with us, and either they're moving on, or if they want to stay with us, we're happy to keep them. But our goal is roughly to keep somebody around for about 24 months. What percent of your revenue is renewed each month? These are things that you guys should know. So if you don't, we highly encourage that you guys start tracking this stuff. Is that's a critical tool. Like, how much turnover is there? Are you guys can have the best marketing and the best sales in the world, but if it's a revolving door, you guys are going to start to feel like you're spinning your tires. And then the last question you guys should be asking yourself is, why are clients completing their memberships and moving on? Before we launched our tool, our client retention tracker, we just thought a lot of people were moving away. And what we found is we had more people leaving for different reasons, and it really allowed us to kind of stop the leaks and ensure that our clients were really, having great service. And having a service quality of say 80% is good, but if you want to be a world-class company, you want to be at that 90%, 95%. Let's take a look at service features. Can you guys see this all okay? All right, perfect. So in the middle, you can see that we have client service, and then off of that, we have kind of a spider web of things that are happening. So we have our primary coach that we talked about earlier, and that is the rostered coach. They're going to offer things like personal support of athletes' goal setting, struggles, homeworks, attendance, accomplishments, nutrition, and lifestyle. They're kind of like their direct link to the company. From their insights and feedback, client survey and testimonials of their results, thoughts, feeling towards your business, service, and employees. That might be where we take a testimonial and we're showcasing it. And we are going to showcase it both in the community and outside the community. Surprise and delight. Those are moments where we do things that are unexpected, and I'll show you guys one of those in a moment. Program offerings. This is where we start to build layers to the onion. So if you're just a functional fitness gym, that's going to be great, but it may not keep your clients there long term. So what that might look like is a nutritional program, Olympic lifting, powerlifting, an endurance club, a gymnastics club, creating different spin-offs that allow our clients to maybe find an area of specialty that they really enjoy. And then automated email series. This is always keeping our clients engaged. Having somebody, if they go 7 days or more, they get an email from us that says, hey, where have you been? Or if their birthday is coming up, we will wish them a happy birthday. If it's their 1-year anniversary, they'll get a 1-year anniversary email from us. Just those things that we can automate. And keep in mind, for those of you that are really, really good at automating, don't automate your entire business. At the end of the day, we're still a personalized service side, and we need to have that face-to-face interaction. But there's certain things we should automate, and those are, like our attendance check-ins. Then the last piece is our events. And so I talked about this last week, is we're going to have fun activities going on, especially classes, seminars, free clinics. We're going to have high engagement events, and we're going to have low engagement. Low engagement might be Bring a Buddy Day. Every boot camp that we run, we do one Bring a Buddy Day that all of our members can bring somebody to our boot camp. And then we're going to have our Friday Night Lights after party. That is a huge, and that's a high level of engagement. That's where we spend and we invest quite a bit of resources. Same thing with our Black and White party. That's our anniversary party that we do every year. High engagement. A lot of marketing goes into it, and it's a lot of fun. But those are kind of different events that we have. And I'm going to kick into a video that I have for you guys. So I'm going to do a quick screen share. And I'm going to show you a video that we did that was a little surprise and delight that our members are raving about right now. And we'll talk about it. So if you guys can wait 1 minute. We'll get the video up. All right, can everybody see my screen? All right, this video is about well, it's 3 minutes and 39 seconds. We're going to take the video. The purpose of this video is, we're constantly highlighting PRs and constantly highlighting the success of our members. We wanted to do kind of the other side, like the struggles. CrossFit and fitness is not always about just hitting PRs. And I think there's a lot of misconceptions that happen with our membership if we're always saying, look, every day you're going to come in and crush it. That's not true. Maybe 1 out of 7 days you're going to crush it. The other 6 days, we have to learn to embrace the struggle. And that's something that we wanted to share with our members and show how proud we are of this struggle. I believe that's part of the journey. So we compiled a ton of old footage and we shot this video for them and then we released it at our anniversary. Nobody had ever seen the video since, and so we re-released it to the public yesterday. And I'll kind of talk about what it's done, but first let's watch it. Sorry about that. I will get the sound side fixed. Let's do this. All right, can you guys hear me okay? All right, it'll work a lot easier. Trying to play the video over that. That's the link to the video. Go ahead and watch that right now. When you guys are done, we'll revisit here in 2 minutes. So go ahead, play the video, log into Facebook. That's the link. Check it out, and then we're going to talk about what it did on the engagement side for our membership. All right, let's get back into the workshop. For those of you guys that got a chance to watch it, if you didn't get to finish it, go back, watch the entire thing, and share it with your membership. I think it's a really cool concept, one where we tried all of our members seem like superstars. And that's something that I really want to touch on is when you guys work with your clients, if you only feature your fire breathers, you're missing it. Think about this. That's literally only 1% of our members. 1% of our membership are our really good athletes. Make sure that you're showcasing all your membership. And so for us, we actually rarely feature our fire breathers. We know that if we're a really great company, fire breathers are going to want to join our gym. We want to showcase the average Joe, showcase their inner battles and their struggles and their PRs. So just make sure that you don't put too much emphasis on your fire breathers and share some love to the beginner, the middle level athlete. So let's talk about what that video did. So that video went live at 4 p.m. yesterday, Central Standard Time. So it's been up for about 19 hours. That video, since I took the screenshot of it about this morning, that video had over 5,000 views, 50 likes roughly, and it had 42 shares. On top of that, it had a handful of comments. That is huge, huge marketing for your business. But on top of it, how do you think that made our members feel? I mean, you can read the comments right there. Good stuff right here. Good people, good stuff. Love this. Goosebumps all over again. I love this video. Holy good looking snatch on my part. Like that makes them just feel like they're, bigger than life. I can tell you that no global gym is doing that because they're just looking to collect the dollar. For us, we're looking to showcase our members and showcase, like I said, their great moments, and we want to be there for them in their time of need. And so this is one of the ways we do that. You guys are probably sitting, Susan, it cost us nothing. We clipped together a couple videos in iMovie and threw some music to it. I heard that song on the radio one day, and I was like, this song is exactly what, I found this song and I was like, I'm gonna make a video about that song because it resonated with me, just how hard it is that we keep trying and we keep trying. And to me, functional fitness and what we do is we go through more failure than we do success. When you're a beginner, you have a lot of success, but once you get in for about a year, success is far and few between. And the more elite you become, the more a 1 pound, PR is important. And one of the things that I constantly kept hearing from my members is you would hear them say stuff like, oh, but I only hit a 2 pound PR today. And I'm like, what? What do you mean you hit a 2 pound PR? Like, that's great. That's improvement. That's progress. So constantly reminding our members that any progress is good progress, and 80% of the time we're going to have failure, and it's up to us to teach them to keep pressing forward. So again, awesome engagement tool. It was super simple. It was something we were actually sitting on, and our computer guy, Dominic, who works with a lot of you guys, he was deleting everything, and I was like, hold on, what is that video? And I was like, I completely forgot about that. Let's repost it. And it was awesome. So that is another way we create engagement. So let's click back over. And now let's go into, we spoke earlier about the primary coach. And one of the things that I feel is most critical in your business is a goal setting meeting. One of the scariest things I can ever have a client tell me is they don't know what their goals are. And normally when I hear that, the first thing I'll do is I'll reach out to their specific coach, and that coach will have a goals meeting set up immediately. If people are just writing a check each month and they don't really know why they're showing up, and they'll say, but I love the community. My response is, you can go get community at Starbucks. Like, we have to be constantly helping them towards a specific goal. If we're not, we're going to lose them. And it's hard to keep people engaged because eventually the workouts just seem hard and kind of pointless. So make sure, if you're not already, all your members should be doing goals meetings every 90 days. Literally every 90 days, our members need to be doing goals meeting. To the point now where in our business, if you're not willing to do a goals meeting, we'll actually rip up your contract and we won't work with you because you're not following our proven process. One of the things that we say, and I touched on this earlier, is, we will tell prospects that when we sit down with them, we have a proven process in 180 days that we will help them reach their goals. And our goals meeting is part of that proven process. So if they're not willing to follow the process, and then they're going to walk around and say that they were a client of ours, but they're not really showcasing what it is we do. So the people have to be willing to buy into the system. Now, we're not forcing them on a crazy diet. All we're asking them is to sit down for a 20-minute meeting and sit down for a goals meeting. Chad, yes, this does. So this is one of the things. I took a phone call today and said, hey, I'm looking to find out what your 3-time-a-week prices are. How many people have heard that question before? How many of you have heard, somebody call and say, hey, I'm wondering what your 3-time-a-week membership is or how much it is for unlimited? Yeah, and so my response was, hey, first and foremost, what is your name? And then I introduced myself and I said, I don't normally do kind of the enrollment, but what I like to do is set up an appointment where you could sit down with one of our head coaches and they would be happy to hear about your goals. One of the things I can tell you though is our memberships are not based off of classes. Now each membership does come with different amount of classes depending on how many times you want to train per week, but each membership package is loaded with different things. So things like goals meetings, nutritional meetings. So it's kind of hard to explain over the phone. You would have to kind of sit down with one of our coaches and take a look at what package is going to fit you best. The classes are just one piece to the pie, and there's a whole bunch of other things that we do as part of our membership that you would also be able to see. Does that kind of make sense how we spin that, rather than just being seen as either a 3-time-a-week or an unlimited membership, because that's not the case. There's so many more things to it. All right, so let's kick in. Now, our primary coaches sit down with our clients and they have a goals meeting. It's roughly every 90 days, and the goals are based around lifestyle, health, and fitness. And we have them in this goals meeting within the first 2 to 3 weeks. The reason why we don't do it any sooner is we want them to get acclimated. We want them to meet the members and get to know the coaches. They're already kind of nervous enough. We don't want to throw more things on their plate. So we kind of give them about 14 days to get settled, and then at that point we'll sit down and establish the goals. Does that make sense? Yes, no? All right, perfect. And so you can see here's kind of the overview of the goals meeting. Can you guys all see this document okay? Perfect. So here's one of the things that our clients get, and here's one of the documents that all of our coaches follow. So it's a 5-page document, and it's basically the blueprint to the athlete development timeline and the goals meeting kind of from a distance. So we start with everybody. They go through the goals meeting, and then in there we have the overview. We put the client at ease. We're just going to show them kind of like what it looks like, how the meeting's going to work. And we'll show them their entire timeline of what is going to be expected. From there, we'll explain the journey, help the client understand that this is going to be a process and it's not going to just be a snap of the fingers. From there, we're going to work with them and understand where they want to go on their journey, and then we're going to align some goals that would match that 90-day mark. So if somebody wants to run a marathon and they're not even able to run a 5K very well yet, we're going to start working on more of the 5K things. We're going to put that marathon as a distant goal in the future, but the 90-day goals are going to be a little bit different. And the 90-day goals are going to take a chunk out of that big long-term marathon goal. Does that make sense? And so what we've created now is we've created purpose. Now every day when they come to the gym, um, they have a reason. So when the workouts get a little bit harder, or when they're a little bit tired, and for us, when it's -30 and they need to get up at 4:30 in the morning, we've given them a reason why they need to get up. Okay, I'll say this. Average companies are really good at showcasing what they do. Good companies are really good at showcasing how they do it and what they do. Great companies are great at showcasing why they do it and why their clients need to do it. So when you can enroll your clients on why they should continue to keep training and what they're working for, you're going to have a way higher success rate. It taps into that primal emotional thought process. So that's what a goals meeting does, is we set down, where are we going in the next 90 days? Where are we going to go in a year from now? And then we really try to tap into that emotional side. And lastly, we create actionable steps. So goals meetings are nothing if they don't walk out of the door without a game plan. Does that kind of make sense? Um, Nick, to answer your question, each of our coaches have their goals documented. Again, we use Zen Planner. Zen Planner has an awesome tool in there called a task. So we'll take notes, we'll record what their goals are. And one of the things that we'll put in there is we'll do we'll put when their goal deadline is. Zen Planner will then remind my coach to reach back out to him and say, hey, guess what? Your goal is up in 3 days. We have to test out for this. The other thing that we do with our clients is we'll have a little fun with them. So if they miss their goal, we'll have them put a little skin in the game. It could be as silly as mop the gym, clean the bathrooms, buy the coaches coffee, get my not my truck, but the coach's car washed. So we have them, if they're committed, like let's put something on it, and we do the same thing with our factory forge clients. So right now, some of the clients I'm working with, they're on accountability tracker and they have to email me every day. And if they forget, it's 100 burpees. Very simple. So we want them to kind of think about and be sure that they are committed to this goal. And so this is just page one. Our coaches and then our clients get a 5-page document that kind of breaks down the entire process and what they should be saying in that meeting. All right, let's move forward. Any questions on that goals meeting? Lexi, the goals meeting document is something that we reserve for our factory forge clients. So these workshops are meant to give you guys kind of the general skeleton. And then if you guys want to kind of build it yourself, you're more than welcome to. But what we want you to take away is ideas and concepts of how to make your business better. But some of the documents we just keep private for our clients. All right, insight and feedback. So one of the things that I go a little bit crazy with, and my wife kind of wants to beat me over the head with a stick with, is membership surveys. So we created 2 surveys. One is a overall membership, just like how are we doing as a company? We asked 20 questions. And then 2 weeks later, we turned back around and we did a coaches survey. I can single-handedly tell you one of the best decisions I've ever made for my business was implementing both these surveys. And really on the coaches side, the coaches survey was great. There was a lot of things that we had going on with our coaches that we wanted to work with them on, but it always felt like very personal. How many of you are friends with your coaches? I know I am. They started off as friends and then they wanted to work with us, right? And so it becomes very hard. It becomes very difficult to want to correct them. So what we've done now is we created a survey where our clients reviewed them and they were able to give honest feedback. And what we did was we sat down with each of our coaches separately and privately. We didn't share the surveys with anybody else. And we just kind of said, here's what the membership says about your coaching style, maybe your personality style. It was a very hands-off approach in the sense that it became non-personal. and just kind of like, here's what, here are the things that need to work on, and here are the things that you're really great at. And I think it opened up a lot of eyes of where people need to work, but it also made the coaches understand the areas that they're doing really well in. So I'm a big fan of surveys. We do them now once a year. So Nick, there's your answer to that. We do one membership survey that talks about our program specifically, like things like, what is your gender? Which location do you prefer? How many, which location do you attend more often? What is your age? And so our coaches surveys are awesome. Devin, if your coaches have been coaching for less than 6 months solo, would you still implement? Heck yes, because they need to learn. And so when we can give this feedback in front of them, it's important. We put every coach on there. I had one coach that had only been hired for 2 months, and they had to see what people thought about them. The truth is, if you're brand new and you come on a team and you're with a team of great coaches, but you're fresh, do you think the members care? Like, the members are paying. And so if that coach is brand new, but isn't as good as the other coaches, they're not gonna love that coach. And so that's our job through our coaches development program to make sure we're working with them. So my big takeaway is even young coaches need to see where they're at, because sometimes they come in and they all take their level 1 and they think they're ready to coach. And the truth is, we don't let any coaches on our floor if they don't have their level 2 plus have gone through our internship program. So coaches surveys and program surveys are awesome. Surprise and delight. So we talked about that earlier. That video was kind of surprise and delight, right? We took a bunch of old clips, put them together, and then showcased how awesome our members are. And these just need to be unexpected moments of appreciation and recognition. Don't make it salesy. Like, literally be proud and be genuine for somebody. And what I mean by that is, like, don't attach a link to sign up for boot camp. Don't attach anything. Like, just showcase how excited you are about this person and be genuine about it. One of the things about surprise and delight is, if you're not genuine, people see through the bullshit. So if you mean it, mean it. So we do that through our attaboys as well. Sometimes I've been known to go buy members gift cards. I honestly bought one of my members. You guys might laugh at this. I bought him a $1,000 gift card to Cabela's. So he did some serious big favors for the gym and saved us tons and tons of money. It was no skin off my back to go get him a gift card. It was 100% worth it, and he's helped our company go to the next level. So I knew he was leaving for a trip to go hunting in Alaska, and I know that he wanted to get some gear for his trip. So I was like, you know what? I'd be happy to help. And I know our staff and our members appreciated what he did. It doesn't always need to be money. So that's the other side, is like, you don't always have to buy them a gift card. Sometimes a really handwritten thank you is just all they need. And so don't always be so willing to pull the credit card out. Instead, pull the pen out and write them a thank you, a personalized thank you. I think that goes a long ways as well. And that art has kind of been lost. Everybody wants to send a text message. Like, literally go get a piece of paper and write them a handwritten message that says, I really appreciate what you've done for us. Thank you so much. Program offerings. So one of the things that we do with CrossFit Gainesville, CrossFit Fast Factory, CrossFit High Voltage, is we have different levels of our program. So for us, they're called functional athletic and competition. All of us brand them slightly different, but really they're the same program. So what that means is, Chris down at Gainesville, he'll run completely separate different programs and have different classes. For us at Fast Factory, we have a functional athletic and competition workout in each class. So what we'll do is, during the programming, they always see the competition workout, and then from there we'll say in class, here's the athletic version, here's the functional version. We've broken that down to, some people are there just to function better, right? They just want to play with their kids. They just want to move better, feel better. So here's the functional version of that. Athletic is for those that want a little bit more skill and a little bit more challenge, but they're not really that competitive. That's when we'll start to incorporate a little bit more of like full snatches, and so on and so forth. Competition, now these are the people that treat our facility as a little bit more of a competitive atmosphere. The athletic and the competition group are kind of similar, but these competition athletes, they're the people that look at the open. The last one that we have, and we don't list it on here, is we have a sports program. Now the sports program does the competition program in class, but then they have another hour's worth of programming outside of class that they do. On top of that, we offer an Olympic lifting program, strength program, yoga, personal training. What we're getting at is your guys' core program gets boring. So what I mean by that is if you've done Fran, how many of you have done Fran? Okay, so you did Fran, right? Okay, 50 times. The first time you did it, I want you to think about this. If this was a bell curve or a linear curve, if you guys did, if you did Fran, the first time you do it and the second time you do it, what happens? You cut the time in half, exactly right. Like you completely smoke it. And the problem with what we do at our business is we get our members so used to these like amazing PRs, right? And so what we'll do now is after their fifth Fran, if they don't have enough strength, are they going to improve that much anymore? They kind of fall off. They I don't want to say that they become stale, but they stabilize. And so if their Fran goes from 10 minutes and it goes to 4, as coaches, we know that their Fran's not going to go anywhere unless they do some specific focus. So if they go spend 2 months in the strength program and all of a sudden their squat goes up 100 pounds, is their Fran going to be faster? Yes, the barbell is going to feel lighter. Okay, same thing with our gymnastics program. If they can't kip, all of a sudden they go spend 3 months and learn how to all of a sudden butterfly kip, is their Fran going to be faster? Absolutely, it's going to be notably faster. So it's kind of like this. If you take a race car and the max speed is 75 miles an hour and you drive it around a bunch, the first 5 months that car is really, really fun to drive. But then all of a sudden you get accustomed to driving at 75 miles an hour. You get accustomed to the paint job, you get accustomed to the leather. It all becomes kind of just average. You get used to it. So let's take the car to the shop, let's give it a brand new paint job, give it a brand new engine, and maybe throw some new tires on. All of a sudden now the car can do 100 miles an hour. It looks different, it feels different, it handles different, and guess what? They're excited about driving their car again. Their body is the same type. They are a race car. If we have these supplemental programs, it allows them to go back and rebuild the race car. So if they're struggling on their gymnastics, now they can go focus on that. They can fix that gap and come back to your core program, which is your functional fitness, and they can go back to crushing it. Does that kind of make sense? All right, so sport and competition, I'll retouch base on that. If you're doing our competition program, that means you're doing the highest level of our functional you're doing our highest level of workout in the group setting. Okay, that means they're training for 1 hour a day and they're able to do muscle ups and maybe 135. They're able to do Amanda. Now our sport group, they might do Amanda in class, but then they're going to have another hour of programming on top of it. They treat CrossFit or functional fitness as their sport, whereas competitive athletes, they treat the in-house workout as that's their competition for the day. So sport athletes aren't really competing in class because they see that as practice time. The sport athletes compete in things like the Granite Games or regionals or maybe Wadapalooza or Summer Crush, something like that. These are athletes that are going outside of our walls to compete on a bigger scale. These are, and to answer your question, George, the competition athletes, RX athletes would actually fall in the athletic side or very close to it. Your competition athletes are a little bit better. Your sport athletes are really, really good. So again, to break this down, we have 380 members. I have 10 people in my sports program. I probably have another 40 to 45 people that do competition. And then I have a bulk of people that can do the athletic workouts, and then everybody else is at functional. 90% of your gym, I would say, or 85% will fall in between functional and athletic. And some people may never have aspirations to go higher than athletic. Okay, hopefully that breaks all of that down. But I don't want it to be missed. Don't get caught up in the functional athletic sport conversation. Remember, it's about allowing your athletes to go back and rebuild their race car. So that's the critical takeaway from this is have programs that support them to go back and rebuild themselves so that the group class setting is fun for them again. Automated email series, we touched on that earlier. This is where you're talking about your culture, your core values. So you might send out an email on day 2 that highlights, who you are as the owner and kind of your core values, why you built the business, the history of the business. Provide off-the-floor coaching tips. So you might do a newsletter where you, talk about double unders, or you talk about the pull and the clean. You might introduce lifestyle, health, and fitness and things that they can be doing outside of the gym. Have you guys ever heard the quote that if you train for 1 hour a day, 7 days a week, it's only 4% of your week? So what we want to provide them with is tools for the other 96%. If you're constantly focusing on just what happens in your gym, you're only affecting 4% of them. We want to create things that help them improve the other 96%. And then lastly, we would share videos, video demos, and valuable information. So other things that we'll do for engagement, we talked about events. So offer fun and exciting opportunities for your clients to test their fitness, meet interested people, and hang out. So sometimes, if they can only make the 5 a.m. class, they're not going to meet the 6 p.m. crew. So things like Friday Night Lights bring us together. A Halloween costume wad bring us together. And let's, I want you guys to see this. Here's a screenshot. We launched our Friday Night Lights photos yesterday. I launched them at 3 p.m. So they have not even been live yet for 22 hours. Look at the amount of likes that it received. Look at how many comments, and then obviously the shares. So we posted roughly 161 photos, and we watermarked all the photos. Our athletes, I can't tell you how many of our athletes have already taken these photos and made them their profile pictures. What does that say to their friends and family? Okay, and no, we don't ask them to share. It happens naturally. Why? If you showcase photos of them looking like rock stars, everybody's going to want to share that. No, we don't hire a photographer. We just ask. We have members in our gym that do this stuff. If you create a community where people want to be a part of it, guess what? They want to help. Okay, it's like a tree house. If you build a tree house and it's so cool, and you all of a sudden have a project to do on the tree house, everybody that's a part of the tree house should want to help. They should want to make the clubhouse better. Same thing at the gym. If your gym is so invested in literally changing their lives, and you are always doing the right thing for them, and you're always helping them, and always trying to help them better themselves, guess what? They're going to return the favor. So we have somebody doing video for us. We have somebody doing photography for us. If you look at some of the lower photos, our MC, who is also a member, or a DJ, he brought in uplighting and did a whole bunch of fun things. But the most important thing is look at how much our members just love these photos. The other thing is, here's our engagement. On March 3rd, we posted the photos, and you can see the organic reach was 21,000. There's roughly 100,000 people that live in our town. 21,000 was organic. That's huge. I mean, you can see what our standard reach is, and we launched these Friday Night Light photos, and our total reach was a little over, it was about 27,000. Like, that's huge marketing and huge engagement opportunities. And then here's the last one. I think you guys have maybe seen this. If not, here's our last little engagement tool that we'll do is we'll cut the videos from Friday Night Lights. This is from last year. I'll play it for you guys. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
At the bottom of the well, ain't no bread in the windowsill. So I'm gonna ring from the churchyard bell. Lord don't know what the devil don't tell. Got no fears to dispel. Got no arms, can't bow sail. Lord don't know what the devil don't tell.
All right, can you guys hear me again? All right, so the last thing I saved for the very last, and this is going to be the free tool that we're going to give you guys today, and I'll show you guys where you guys can get it afterwards. Is each workshop, I want to give you guys one tool to take away. Now there's dozens of tools that we use with our clients and we use in our own businesses, but I find this one extremely important. So this is our CrossFit Fast Factory renewal upgrade cancellation tracker, and this is a live screenshot. Like, you guys are legit seeing, I'm giving you an inside look into my business. And the reason I do this, and so you guys understand, is my goal is to help affiliates around the world. And the goal of Factory Forge is to help CEOs and owners like you to be successful. I feel that I was very lucky to open my business when I did, and we want to help you guys survive. It's a tough market out there. The fitness industry is a competitive one, and we feel that if we give you guys some of these tools, it'll get you jump started. So here's one of the tools that we'll be giving you guys today. And here again is my exact screenshot. So I'll break it down. If you guys have any questions, feel free. But we break it down by first name, last name, what their current package it is, and then when they're due for renewal. And we do it by month to month. What is their current payment? Who is their primary coach? Renewal, upgrade, cancellation, completed or returning. So we'll fill this out in what is happening with that client. What is their new plan? And then from there, we'll put their new payment. So if their new payment is going up, and then payment difference. And then we'll put notes in here. So, and then from there, we'll break it down per roster. So month to date, completed 23, and then 9. This is, Abby had 9 up, Ryan had 3 up, Amber had 2 up, Will had 5, Brittany, and Jess. And then I can go through as an owner and I can see how many people upgraded, how many people renewed. You can see 0 people dropped, 0 people downgraded, 8 people completed. Yes, yep. So this is showing, we do contracts. So this is everybody that their contract was done in February. Is this, yes, it is. Yep. So that'll say their current, if their current package is like I said, it's a 3x12. The secondary number is the length of the contract. So you can see, like, we don't even offer a 4 times a week membership anymore. We only offer 3 times a week or unlimited. So we do this, Chad. So what we'll do is our general manager will pull a report of all the people that are due, and then kind of copy and paste this, and then we do this in a Google Doc. And the reason we do this is so our associates, our coaches, can see exactly how many people they have up, and then it allows the entire company to be tracking it. And from me, my side, I'm not necessarily in my business on a day-to-day. I own the business. This allows me to keep a finger on the pulse from a distance. So this is how I can own, different locations and kind of understand what's happening, and not be there on a day-to-day. So stuff like this, these systems, these are critical. You guys can get away with it, and I will be the first to say, like, I built my business to 200 members, and I did it all by hand and by memory. But I will tell you that it's not the right way to do it. Just because I did it that way doesn't mean it was smart. So I wouldn't recommend it. I'm telling you that I made mistakes along the way. And one of the things that Factory Forge is meant to do is, between our team, we have I think it's close to 60 to 70 years in fitness. Like, don't make the same mistakes we did. Don't make the same mistakes we did. So this is the renewal, upgrade, and cancellation tracker we use in our business. And one of the things that our coaches said is that it's the greatest tool that they've ever had get implemented. So I can answer some of you guys' questions right now. Jesse, can you briefly discuss the full-time coach compensation, responsibilities? So all of our coaches are either broke down to either you're a full-time coach or you're a bench coach. We are hiring right now, so if any of you guys want to come work for us, we would gladly interview you. But our coaches, if you're a full-time coach, you start off as a salary of $36,000. That breaks down to $3,000 a month, and we put them on that for 6 to 9 months, and we call that basically their internship phase, where they're getting trained in. At that point, we move them towards a pay structure where they get paid for how many people they have on their roster. And that really breaks down to, on average, they're making anywhere from $36,000 to roughly $55,000 on the high end for a full-time coach. Our managers make anywhere from, if the gym's doing well, they're making anywhere from $48,000 on the low end to they can make up to about $80,000 on the high end. Our bench coaches are paid traditionally like a per class setting, and our bench coaches are actually used. This is kind of weird. but our bench coaches are used as an assistant coach in class. So our full-time coach leads class, our bench coach or assistant coach assists the class. Does that make sense how we kind of set that up? The pay structure again, full-time coaches are getting, our full-time coaches get paid a base salary to get started. And then from there, we move them into a pay structure where they're paid for how many people are on their roster. So they're going to get paid when they get started. They go on a salary of basically making $3,000 a month. We get their feet wet. They go into a training process. And then from there, they'll move into our full-time coaches pay structure. It'll have them making anywhere from that 36. We don't want a coach working for us really making under 36. They're not all there right now, but we're helping them get there. The high-end coaches for us can make about 55,000. Keep in mind, my full-time coaches, so you guys are aware, you can't touch our floor without your level 2. Okay, so a full-time coach, all of them have to have their level 2. And by end of 2015, they'll have to have their level 3. So we put a huge emphasis on coaching and the level of ability to coach. Now, when we run a class, all of our classes are anywhere from 18 to 24 people. If we have, for some reason, under 12, we'll have one coach on the floor. But if a class has 12 or more, our coaches have to have 2 coaches on the floor. Our full-time coach or a head coach always leads class. Our bench coaches assist class. A bench coach for us has to have their level 1, and then they have to go through our internship development program. We cap our classes right now at 24. I'm trying to answer these questions as fast as I can, so please bear with me. Our bench coaches are paid per class, so it's not hourly, it's per class, kind of the same thing. We subsidize certs, yes we do. If you're a full-time coach with us, I'm helping them get a lot of their education. So it's level 2, level 3. Like for right now, if you take your level 3 and you pass it, I will reimburse you, but if you fail it, it's on you. So we also get the luxury of hosting, like right now, this is not a self tire pump, but right now in April, we have CrossFit Gymnastics coming. In June, we have CrossFit Weightlifting Level 2. In October, I think we have CrossFit level or weightlifting level 1. So we're using a lot of the spots that we get there to send our coaches to it. I have a lot of that stuff already, so my managers and myself aren't going to those. All of our members have to RSVP for class and then they check in. It's all done through Zen Planner. It works very seamlessly. So if you couldn't tell, at Factory Forge, we're huge fans of Zen Planner. I feel like it does a really good job. It might not be as flashy as Wodafly, but when you're a business owner, I can tell you that the Zen Planner's reporting is really powerful stuff and gives you the data that you need to know to run your business. I don't have time for endless questions, so I'll take 3 more questions. But before we get to that, I want to show you guys one more thing that is important for you guys to know. So I'm going to do a quick screen share so you guys can see something, and then so this is where you guys can go. If you guys missed one of these workshops, right? Can you guys screen? All right. So if you guys go to the Factory website and you go to the nav bar, there's going to be blog, workshop, services, what we do, and then events. 2 things. If you go to workshop, it's going to kick you over to this page, and it'll basically be a login. What we ask is you drop us your email. Something I'll tell you is you have to put your real email in because we'll email you a link to a private page. From there, we have built out the we built the Unstoppable Business workshop. So we have part one, part two, part three will be uploaded. We already have the workshop slides in there, and we'll keep building this up. This is going to be a free platform for you. This is kind of the lead up, and then these are some of the tools that we give away. The next step for us is we have built a Factory Forge University. It's not live to the public yet. It's only live for our consulting clients, but eventually we will make that live to you. The last thing I'll talk to you guys about is in April, we're going to do a 2-day workshop live on site here at Factory Forge headquarters in Minnesota. On Friday, we're going to spend the day talking about marketing, sales, service. We're going to completely break down. So a lot of the stuff we've been doing is a lot of the skeleton of it. We're going to break down and we're going to teach you how to Facebook advertise. We're going to literally have you guys do it. So we'll ask that you bring a computer and I'm going to walk you through step by step. It's going to be a workshop, and we call it a workshop because we're literally teaching you how to do it, and then you guys are going to be doing it live in-house. So we're going to be helping you build out automation, build out your business. From there, this is something that I'm super excited about. On Saturday, you guys are going to get up. We're going to meet at headquarters for coffee. We're going to kick off the workshop. Then we're going to go to my gym, and you guys are going to watch our boot camp happen live. So I talked about it earlier. Our boot camp has taken our business from not going to survive to the point where we're going to close our doors to completely crushing it. Right now, our boot camp has 33 people in it. It's sold out, and we're going to show you guys exactly how we do our not only do our boot camp, but we're actually going to teach you guys our enrollment day. So you guys are going to get to come in, watch it happen live, watch me talk to our boot camp, and then we're going to spend the entire day teaching you how to run a proper enrollment program. So the key thing is you don't have to run a boot camp. What we're going to do is teach you the principles of how to create a really successful enrollment. It's going to be capped. We're only going to be able to fit so many in here because our on-site office is not huge. The cost is not set, but it'll be somewhere around the $399 to $599 range. I can tell you that you guys will hands down walk away blown away. It's going to be the 17th of April and the 18th of April. I believe that's a Friday and Saturday. So for those of you guys that are traveling, I know you have to miss work, but it's very, very critical for you guys to get to see that boot camp. And then the other piece is on the Friday night, we're going to end the workshop early, and you guys are all going to get to take a class at CrossFit Fast Factory. And so you guys will get to see exactly how we run our class. You're going to see how we do everything from I want you guys to take away everything that we do, from how we structure our class to how we organize our athletes to how we warm you guys up. We're gonna not only show you guys and talk theoretically about it, we're actually going to show you how it's done, and then we're going to teach you how to implement it. And I think it's too often people just talk theory, and what I want you guys to walk away from this workshop is actionable steps that you can literally implement on today. So that is where we're taking things. If you guys want, again, on our website, we have the workshop built right here. It's in front of you. Feel free to go there, check it out. We put all the free tools there. All I ask, again, and we're happy to keep doing these, is if you guys are enjoying it, please give us a shout out on Facebook. Please tell other affiliates and let people know what Factory Forge stands for. So again, we're not here just to help you make money. We're here to most importantly, allow you to live the life that's most important to you. So, we've been there, we've done that, we've made money. Money's not important. What's important is having a business that you're proud of, having a community that you're proud of. I posted it on Monday. Mondays don't suck, your job sucks. So let's create a job that you love. Let's create a community that leaves your fans raving, and let's give you the life that you've always dreamed of. And that's what Factory Forge is here. Don't make the same mistakes that Tim's made, I've made, Chris has made. We're here to really, really help you guys build the business of your dreams. So all we ask is if you love what we do, share our website, give us a shout out on Facebook. Please help us grow our dream. We greatly appreciate everything you guys have been doing and giving us a chance to help you. So that's all I got. We went a little bit long. In a moment or so, I'll get it up, and you guys will be able to rewatch it if need. And please feel free to share it with your friends. So thanks, guys, for hopping on. Until next Wednesday. Thank you. See ya.